Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Flight 96 podcast. I'm your host, Hunter Foreman, and today we have the man behind Live from the Block Battle League right here in Dallas, Texas. I will be in the building for Shocktober 5, which is we going down October 20th. There's about like 10 battles going on, and all of them are crazy, man. I can't actually believe that I'm actually going to be on stage for most of these. I got my stage pass because, I got to do it big. So, the man on the phone with me is the man behind all the magic. He's to me, seems like a legend when it comes to this, when it comes to Southern battle rap, and especially Texas battle rap. So, ladies and gentlemen, on the phone with us, Osama the Great. What's going on, brother?
Good, homie. What's good, man? Appreciate you having me on and all that. Talking so highly of me.
Of course, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to reciprocate the love over here. Now, let's get right into it, man. Shocktober 5. Well, and I believe there's supposed to be a Shocktober 4.5 the day before. This is a 2-day thing.
Man. Typically Shocktober is only a 1-day thing. But there was such a high demand and fire battles that I had on deck, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't put them all on one day. I hate to cram a whole bunch of fucking battles on one day, bro, because it's like, I'm a fan of this shit, bro, but I still wouldn't even want to sit around and watch like 20 battles, you know what I'm saying?
I got you, man. I got you.
After a while and shit like that, and I want every battle to have its own little go, you know what I mean?
And as I look at the card, man, y'all brought out the big guns for this. And I'm talking about, Shocktober 5. I looked at the Shocktober 4.5, which will be happening October 19th, on Friday. And y'all get y'all's tickets, man. Y'all get y'all's tickets. Believe me, this is going to be something to remember, man. When I saw the card, I instantly got excited. Because not only is there guys that are recognized worldwide on this card, but there's also some guys that I've known about for a while. Guys like Trebo, guys like OG Percy, guys like King Corleone, who I may not be as familiar with as guys like Danny Myers, Lotta Zay, my boy Young Grizz. Right. But I'm excited because that means I get to know more about these guys. I get to see these guys live and in person, and you know what I'm saying, and put on. And that's what I'm really excited for, just because I get to be in the building for it. But I want to talk about the main event: Danny Myers versus King Corleone. What made you in your brain? What made you think about this matchup? What made you think that this was like, okay, no, we got to book this? Like, what made you think that?
Well, honestly, I've been having a relationship with Danny for years now. We've just been chopping it up and keeping a cool little relationship or whatever. And he's been telling me a bunch of times, like, yo, like, I want to come out, but he's just so busy and shit like that. And I was just supporting him from afar. Like I was at the first Smack volume. You know what I'm saying, with him and K-Shine.
Wow. Okay, and, that's what's up. Okay, now it's kind of remembering. Yeah. I remember. I think I remember seeing you in the in his corner. That's crazy, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. I got the invite out. Norbs brought me out and shit. So, I just always been supportive of Danny, man. Been going to LA a bunch and chopping it up with him since the first Traffic and shit like that. So he hit me and he was like, man, we've been talking, and he wanted to come out, man. So we made it happen. King Corleone is definitely one of the top guys from my league, and aggression-wise, bar-wise, he's more of a multi-syllable kind of guy.
Yeah, I can tell.
Switch it up. So it's definitely a style clash, but styles make fights. So
yes, absolutely.
We'll see what happens, man.
Absolutely. And he's not the only West Coast dude that you got on his card either. You got Strick, you got Young Grit, and you got Young Grizz also on here too. And
Right.
those guys. I mean, I have a great relation. I have a great rapport and a great relationship with Young Grizz, and I've been telling him, multiple times to come out here, and it's finally happening. And what made you?
Right.
And I watched a couple Fellow battles, his opponent on for this card. I watched a couple battles from Fellow, and what made you book Grizz against Fellow? I mean, I kind of understand because they kind of I wouldn't say. I guess you could say punch the same, kind of. But what really made you book this matchup between Young Grizz and Fellow?
Really, I like people sleep on Fellow a lot. I feel, and be it that he's a white guy and he don't try to be anything else. I don't know, but I feel like Grizz still has the hood appeal, but still can appeal to, the masses instead of opposed to just like a smack crowd and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I felt like that vibe would go together on stage opposed to like what they bring to the table. Because I know they both are dope, I watched Grizz progress from like nothing to what he is now,
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I've been out in LA a lot, man, so me and Grizz chop it up every time I'm out there, and it was just something that was meant to be. I booked Fellow with QP last year, and QP no showed me. So
he needs this one. He needs this one.
Go ahead.
That's what I was gonna say. Was he needs this one since he got no showed basically.
Right. But I figured instead of going for some top guy that's gonna. The only reason why I booked Danny against King, because I know me and Danny have a good relationship, I know he's not going to no-show me, shit like that. He's a stand-up dude, I really didn't have that relationship with QP, but I just trusted in the people that knew him and introduced me, And so I figured, they're going to no-show guys that they don't know, or something that's not very interesting to them and shit like that. But I know Grizz fucks with us. We fuck with him. And it's Fellow's time to get some shine, bro. That's all this is,
And that's one thing that I respect about a lot of southern battle rap promoters is that they believe in their talent. Perfect example. Milltown Blow, when he had Spit That Heat going and he was pushing a lot of his his talent, and when I see what you're doing over here,
shot the blow.
Yeah, and when I see you, giving your guys on your home league huge opportunities, you know what I'm saying? Like King Corleone facing Danny Myers, this is, this could possibly be his biggest battle like ever, and it's a home game for him, and I really appreciate, guys who believe in their talent and reward them when they definitely show out. And of course, Fellow definitely deserves it. I watched before this, this interview. I think for the past 2 weeks or so, ever since I bought my tickets, I just been watching as much live from the block battles as I possibly can, and it's totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very different. Like when I went to No Mate in Houston, when I look and then I compare that just the Houston feel to the Dallas feel, kind of it's different. I can tell the difference when I just watch the battles. Man, I'm definitely gonna tell the difference when I'm there too. So just speaking on battle rap in general, where do you think, not just Southern battle rap, but where do you think that battle rap as a whole is right now? Where do you think it is? What do you think the state of battle rap is right now?
It's, to be honest, it's probably in a state of limbo. But the bigger problem is, like, the reason why I would say it's in a state of limbo is because, like, the gatekeepers, whoever they may be, don't allow the talent that needs to be seen. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of politics in this game that people do not see, You know what I'm saying? You got to be on the inside of this shit to really see it. And I'm not one to put nobody on blast. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that type of shit. I just put my head down, keep working. You feel me? But you know, yeah, that's definitely a big part of this shit, man. We gotta let this new talent come in, and you know what I'm saying. That's what I spend most of my time, bro. Like all my cards pretty much are homegrown talent. You feel me? And talent that I've scouted out from, you know, Oklahoma and like Arkansas and shit like that, Louisiana, whatever. Motherfuckers that ain't just been, you know, blasted out, oversaturated and shit like that. I like to get with them, work with them, bring them in, and you know, try to help them get a little shine on. You know what I'm saying?
And when I see, and that's again back to the point where I was talking about, you know, how promoters believing in their talent. I see that, and I think, you know, what you're doing with Live from the Block is definitely a great push in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. You know what I'm saying? You know, of course you are, you know, of course URL is going to have, you know, guys from all over the world, but you do not, you know, you're a big believer in bars over names. You're a big believer, and I can tell that.
For sure.
And you know what I'm saying? You could, like, I don't care how many followers you got. If you're dope, man, let's work. Let's get something going. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to bring out the big guns, but I'm glad you don't rely on that. And I think that's very, very rare nowadays. So you know, just
so a lot of the, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
The reason why, bro, like, is because our fan base is cultivated from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit didn't exist in Dallas Fort Worth area. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would do a lot of the freestyle battles over beats and type shit like that, and deep battle them and in certain places in Dallas and shit like that. But they didn't believe in battle rap like that over here. You had a few battle heads, but for the most part, bro, we're cultivating the culture. We are teaching people from, they never been to a battle rap event in their life, or they never seen, or they probably caught a clip of fucking Lux, you gonna get this work type shit, and just know the mainstream shit, you know what I'm saying? And we bring them in, teach them up, just like we do the talent, bro. My talent, 90% of my talent, bro, has never, ever battle rapped in their life, and probably about 95% of them niggas don't even rap on beats, you know what I'm saying? So
wow, so they're really about it.
We're coming from ground zero, bro, building all the way to where they are now. You know what I'm saying? I got some talented motherfuckers, bro. Like, dudes that's not even on this card. Some of which has to have, you know, deal with family life or just life in general, or whatever the case may be. They can't be on the card. But I got some dope ass motherfuckers, bro. It's just we got to keep turning the people on.
And you got a fan out of me. So I'm gonna tell you right now, this will not be my last Live from the Block event. I definitely plan on coming to more in the future, because what y'all are doing out there.
And I've been saying it for a long time, bro. This is what we're missing in the South is battle rap media. I've reached out to Heavy Bags. You know what I'm saying? I got a rapport with Heavy Bags. I've reached out to people, to different media outlets, bloggers, shit like that. That just kind of thumb their nose up and like really don't give a fuck, because, you know, even with names on it, bro, I won't put any names out there, but even with names on the card, I've hit these bloggers up, bro, and they like, the fans won't give a fuck about that shit because they're battling nobody. You know what I'm saying? And you can't look at it like that.
You
bro.
really can't.
You know
You can't look at it like that. I mean, some of my favorite battles, like, period, are guys who haven't even reached like the 500,000 or maybe even the 100,000 mark on any of their battles. One of my favorite, and you know, to your point, like, I think that's kind of messed up, because it's kind of like, you know, me and you are kind of both believers in bars over names. Like, if you tell me, like, yo, man, I got this card coming up, I promise you it's gonna be fire, I'ma trust you, because I've watched battles, and these guys got bars. Like, they really do. Like, these guys, and what I see in the difference, especially just in Southern battle rap period, is that the hunger. Like I feel it. Like when they spit their bars, like I feel the hunger when they spit. Like they want to be the best. They want to reach that next level. And it's like, some people just want to see, the big names on big stages, and I understand those fans, but you know what I'm saying, I'm a person that if I don't care if your battle has 7,000 views. If you spitting some fire stuff, I'm gonna watch it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch it. Like if you
Right.
like I was watching Trap. Shout out to Trap House. Shout out to No Mercy and all of them. I was watching Anubis versus Kush Cloud, guys who aren't really known in the battle scene, but that's one of my favorite battles, like probably top 10 favorite battles because of the bars that they spit. You know what I'm saying? So I can't.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. I like Anubis. I never seen that battle though, but I gotta check it out now.
Yeah, because it's different because it's in a small room too. You know what I'm saying? So that small room feel, and I've seen your Welcome to the Pit series, and you know what I'm saying.
Right.
So I like small room. Now, which do you prefer? Do you prefer the small room, or do you prefer the bigger, larger stages? Just your personal preference.
There's less headache for a small room. I'll just say that. But I do enjoy the big production, the show. You know what I'm saying? I like the big stage and shit like that. We started on stages. You know what I'm saying? We didn't start in a barbershop and shit like that. We started on fucking, stages and bars and clubs. And, you know what I'm saying? I also rap. So I turned my fan base into a battle rap crowd, basically. With the help of
very smart.
The MCs and shit like that. But so we come from that. You know what I'm saying? We went back to doing small rooms because you know what I'm saying. It was like we had to weed out the partiers basically.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're coming to a small room event, bro, you're definitely like into the bars. So yeah, I mean, I guess I could say that I like small rooms better, bro, because like it's better to control. People aren't just coming there to party and shit like that. You don't got a bar to worry about. But I still like the big production also.
And when I ask that, you know what I'm saying, because I feel like when I watch some battles, I feel like these battles that have taken place in a small room, can be great on a main stage. Perfect example. You were there for this. Hopefully you saw it. Iron Solomon versus Rum Nitty. I feel like that could have easily been a great battle on stage, on a big stage. Right. And I like how, but I like what people, how battle rap is kind of bringing back that small room feel. Like, with the, how URL's doing the Smack Volume series, you with the Welcome to the Pit and Bullpen doing Rec Room. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like small room personally, just because it's like it's less, the artist doesn't have to worry about getting the crowd to tone it down. He just goes straight into his bars and he just keeps rapping, and we get to enjoy some crazy bars. Now. And for your opinion, I want to ask you this: what is if you had to tell one person who while you're promoting Live from the Block, like the one battle that defines y'all, what would that battle be specifically from Live from the Block? What would that one? If you had to tell somebody, hey, go watch this battle to know what Live from the Block is all about.
Man. That's a tough one because we got some good ass battles, but off top of the head, probably Trebo versus Crow, Asylum the Crow.
Okay.
Fire battle, but like I said, man, we got so many, and then plus the one that we're known for is obviously the OG Percy versus Cater Felling, Crip versus Blood.
Yeah.
Went viral.
Yep.
So.
Now. Do you think that when I see, like, I've seen A-Hat have, those kind of battles where it's not like an artist versus an artist kind of thing, whether it's a theme battle. Do you think those types of battles really hurt the league, or it really helps it? Because of course y'all go viral, but y'all also don't want to be known for just doing that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And it wasn't my intention, bro. Like, I was just playing around with clickbait and shit like that. And that battle had been out for, I want to say, the better part of half a year or some shit like that. And it only had, like, under 1,000 views or something. And I just said, fuck it, why not? They wanted to promote it like that originally, like promote it that way to the people so people would be interested and come to the venue. And I was like, nah, we promote nonviolent events, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to involve. It's already enough street dudes in here, you know what I'm saying, that something possibly could happen like that. We don't want to promote it on some negativity bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
But, so afterwards I was like, fuck it, let's see what this, because I was, like I said, playing around with clickbait. I was like, fuck it, change the name, and it slowly started to gain traction. And it is where it is now. But to answer your question, like, I really don't. That's not the type of thing that I want to be known for at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of talent that I would showcase, and to be honest, like, that battle wasn't that great of a battle. You know what I'm saying? OG Percy's way better now. Taylor Felon is way better now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a gift and a curse, I would say, bro, because, like, a lot of people want to see OG Percy now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got a lot of subscribers and all that shit. But, a lot of them are just stuck on OG Percy because they're either Crips or hardcore gangbangers, and they fuck with OG because that's how he is and who he is. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't really. Basically, what I'm saying is, it don't drag in just battle rap fans. You get fucking wherever, you know what I'm saying? People from wherever to check it out, which is cool, but at the same time, it kind of, like, that's all they want to see,
Yeah. And Trebo is on this card. I hope I'm pronouncing this opponent's name right, Ryu.
Yeah, it's Trebo and Ryu.
Yeah. So I've heard of Trebo and I like his style. So that's one of the other people. I got like a couple people who I'm actually going to be definitely looking at and looking at just because, I've heard a lot about them. A battle that, now correct me if I'm wrong, a battle that I think was one of the last announcements that y'all announced for Shocktober 5, which was Tyler Reed versus Iceman. Is there a lot of history behind this?
There's actually not, but excuse me. The thing of it is that Tyler's like a best kept secret of Oklahoma type shit. Like, he's been battling for a long time. Like, if you could check him out, he's battled with School of Thought for a long time and just never really took off, but he been nice. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, Ice is an OG of the Houston scene. He's been battling for a long time too. So I just kind of felt like an OG from the Texas scene that doesn't just get the greatest respect, but is nice as fuck. And then, same thing goes for the Oklahoma guy. Why not put them together and see if they can make something crazy happen?
Yeah, like a Texas versus OU kind of thing, and that that add that narrative to it, and I think that's actually really good on your part, booking that stuff together. But there's this. I'm again, I keep saying this, man, but like this card is ridiculous, especially for me. It being 10 battles, like those big kind of. It's not like necessarily a big card. It's not necessarily like a huge card, like you was talking about, like with 20 battles and everything, and you wanted to kind of split it up. But like I'm gonna be focused and attentive to all these battles because it's like Lotta Zay, who's one of the best writers and one of the most underrated battle rappers in history, versus Sean Gooda. OG Percy versus Strick, which I'm really interested to see what that conversation is going to be like, because
the the Sean Gallus situation too on his end. He's one of the best unknown pins in the game. Even A-Ward just tweeted the other day that when Sean finally gets his shot, he's gonna take off because he's one of the nicest pins in the game. So, I mean, he's gonna do his shit, bro. Trust me, it's gonna be a fucking crazy battle.
I'm ready for that one. I'm ready for that one. Like those are the kind of battles that I like. The very bar heavy, you know what I'm saying? No BS, no theatrics, just strictly bars. That's the kind of stuff that I like. Now, back to just talking battle rap period. What are some of your favorite battles that have happened this year that you've been able to see, whether it be in person or just on YouTube?
Probably, maybe Danny versus Pat Stay or Geets versus Gotti versus Suge. I've been really, really focused on business and like transitions of what I'm doing with my company that I kind of haven't been paying attention to the main.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
I've been focused on looking for new talent and shit like that. So it's difficult, but I do catch events from time to time, like the RBE card and of course I checked out Summer Madness and shit like that. But yeah, definitely probably Geechee versus Suge. Geechee been killing shit, man.
Man, listen, 3-time champion of the night, winner. Wow, like every battle has been crazy. Like every battle's been crazy. Like I remember watching him versus JC when live on pay-per-view when they were in North Carolina, and I was like, he's a star. He's a star, and. Right. Him versus Twerk or him versus Loso has to happen within the next year or so, like, because there has to be a battle for the crown of the new school. You know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be, because there's guys that are like sometimes get lost in the shuffle. And, sometimes they just are like, I got lost in the shuffle. They just kind of give up and like, okay, I'm just going to take these battles and just be who I am. But, guys like Geechee, guys like Twerk, guys like Loso, those guys, I think, don't want to settle for mediocrity and just, I'm like, no, I'm going to be a star. Like, I'm going to be a star. Like, I saw Loso in Houston have his first PG against Scotty. Shout out to Scotty and Barcode. And he was lighting up the crowd like he's a home against a guy who's from Houston. Like it was incredible for how guys can capture a crowd. And right,
he knows the how to do it, you know what I'm saying, because he's been on King of the Dot and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of it was kind of felt just regular to him, I'm sure,
And this brings up another question for me. For me personally, what is your dream battle that you have always wanted to book? If you had infinite amount of money, and you can book any battle that you want.
Oh man, I don't know, bro. I'm gonna have to keep that one to myself because you know what I'm saying. The ears be watching.
I got you. That.
It's all good. Everything's coming, my brother. You know what I'm saying. We got big plans for 2019, man.
Oh man, listen, I'm excited. Because there's been times where I wish I could take that flight to New York or LA or North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? I was lucky enough to go to Houston, but now that y'all got something great down here and it's just literally 45 minute drive for me to come down, man, Y'all have no idea how I'm excited, how excited I am to actually get to know everybody down there and because because anything that helps push this culture I will definitely support, and you guys are definitely y'all are a push in the right direction. Y'all believe in y'all's homegrown talent. You know what I'm saying? You guys always it's always bars over names with y'all, and y'all put that on the forefront, and I completely respect that. Another matchup that I want to talk about is Skeets versus Jay Murda. Now, what can you tell me about this matchup?
Man, it's gonna be fucking crazy energy, bro. You already know what Jay Murda bring because obviously he's the name and shit like that. But my dude Skeets got some shit. You know what I'm saying? And he's fucking overly prepared. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be crazy, bro. The energy is gonna be so fucking stupid.
Oh man, I'm excited.
About this shit.
I'm excited about this, man. Like, this is something that's like this is could be like my excitement for this card is definitely gonna be is definitely over the top, because it's like you guys are just like building this buzz from Texas, and then all of a sudden you guys this could definitely shoot you guys up in the right direction. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe after this y'all can book a even bigger venue. You know what I'm saying? And get not necessarily bigger names, but also just draw more attention to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I see Norbs traveling all over the world, and maybe y'all could sponsor a PG one of these days, man. Like, that would be crazy.
Right.
And
so we had Norbs down for last October, and that's actually when he picked out Asylum the Crow to do a PG, and he also picked two other names, which were Trebo, which they never got their shot, but Trebo and Red, who's actually on the card also, they both got picked, and in due time, I guess. Whenever he really feels like it's time.
I mean, I love the talent pool that y'all got, man. Like, these guys definitely are. I cannot wait to see what you guys have in store for, especially 2019. Is there any? I mean, of course, y'all definitely in the works. But is there anything that you can actually talk about what y'all have in any events in specific months that are happening next year?
Definitely, for sure, we're gonna have the anniversary we do every year is in February. So look for that mid to late February.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure we'll talk before then, but but I'm starting out the gate, bro. I'm going hard with the new talent and starting in January. So I'm basically doing this event and kind of like falling back for the rest of the season or the rest of the year, and coming back strong in January with the new talent, bro. I'm probably going to be doing you can look around, bro. You can look at any league owner. I'm pretty much the most consistent league owner out there when it comes to fucking throwing events, bro. Like, I throw one a month. That's 12 events a year.
That's incredible.
And
that's incredible.
And this year I'm trying to do some months where I do 2 events because we have what's called boot camp, which is new entry for artists to come in and shoot their shot and try to make it into the league. And that's where we build them up at, stuff like that. So I'm going to try to do a boot camp even like when we got the cards, like the anniversary, shit like that. Whenever we have a solid name card on whatever month, I'll throw a fucking boot camp too. So I'm trying to do at least 18 events. I'm gonna shoot for 18 events.
Wow, man. Year, so. Listen, man. Listen. Osama the Great is coming for all y'all's necks, bro. Like, he's coming for he's trying to make. Yeah, he's coming for everybody's neck, man. Like, this
They gonna be done sleeping on your boy by the time this shit's said and done, bro.
Man, I'm glad I woke up. I'm glad I woke up just in time, man. I'm glad I woke up just in time because it's like, because I just have so much respect for the battle rap culture as a whole, and you know, and the work that not only, you know, the battle rappers put in, but also the promoters and everybody who works behind the scenes, because this ain't
easy.
Yeah, I was just fixing to say that. That ain't easy. I can tell it ain't easy, man. I can tell, you know, sometimes
we make it look that way sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But this is definitely not fucking easy, bro, at all.
And
you know
and that's what I respect about y'all. Like, y'all, like, sometimes, like, y'all just be just stressed, like, just head in hand, and like, yo, man, like, what is about to happen? But, you know what I'm saying? But y'all promoters just definitely sometimes just be like, you know what? Fuck this. Let's get it going. Like, let's get back to work. Like, we gonna figure this out. And it always comes out great in the end.
Especially when you have situations like Summer Madness, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit happens to everybody. The only reason why it was such a fucking big deal is because it happened to URL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this shit happens to fucking everyone, bro.
Of course.
You know, so like you're gonna, especially when like this is the most events this year that URL has thrown, right?
Yeah.
So in a year span, back to back, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, bro, when you, that's why I'm saying, like, people are, I don't want to say scared to be consistent, because I'm sure people could do it and try it and want to, but at the same time, it's a step out on faith, bro, because shit, you could have a fucked up event that makes you look bad and lose momentum. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't fucked up about that shit, bro. Like, we just had one a couple months ago with the Eliza versus T. Lafayette battle. You know what I'm saying? That card was kind of a flop, bro. Like, if I'm being real about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, but what I did was, you know what I'm saying, regroup, and fucking, that's why I threw an extra day on for Shocktober and made it as epic as I could, you know what I'm saying? I also got together with, you know, a few of my supporting cast, and, you know what I'm saying, we put together a barbecue for the fans, that we barbecued a whole bunch of shit for free. You know what I'm saying? Soda, everything, drinks, alcohol, everything was free. You know what I'm saying? Just to like make up, like, yo, y'all came out and supported, but you know what I'm saying? It was kind of not good. So it's you know, it's a step out on faith, bro. When you have to do that shit, I could do everything possible in my power to make sure that everything is at a 100% level, bro. Everything that I got my control over. I cannot get on stage and rap for these guys. I cannot promote for these guys. I cannot prepare for these guys. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They have to. I mean, I can promote for them. I'm definitely doing that. But they also got to sell themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
Of, you know, everything that I do too. I teach them how to promote and market themselves and shit like that. So, but yeah, man, you know, shit happens, bro. You know.
And back to what you're talking about, promoting themselves. Do you think that's, you know, part of the reason why you think battle rap is kind of in limbo right now? Is because, you know, battle rappers are not promoting themselves as much as they should.
100%.
Where do you think that comes from?
Yeah, because think about it, bro. If some guys are just good at rapping, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you have guys that are fucking fantastic at rapping, bro, but can get in front of people and just like, okay, just check this out. Like, what's his name? Errol Spence. Boxing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you follow boxing, but Errol Spence is like a fucking crazy talent.
Mm-hmm.
But you put him in front of a camera, and his interviews sound fucking dumb, and like he needs media training and shit like that. Like, he not dumb, you know what I'm saying? Shouts to the homie Errol Spence, but he just sounds like a typical Southerner.
Yes.
He's not exciting. He's slow draw. You know what I'm saying? Real chill, relaxed. You know what I'm saying? And not that exciting. Now, you put a Floyd Mayweather, and you got all this shit talking. I mean, he got all this shit talking, flashy style. Conor McGregor shit talking, flashy style, gonna sell the fight. what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them just don't have it in them, or they don't know the direction to take it in to become that that promotion face, or that how to market themselves or whatever. Like Geechee, he don't have to do that type of shit. He got like hood believability, credibility, whatever you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
that really sells whatever he's talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's people like same OG Percy, same type of shit, bro. But
they don't need to talk, basically.
One of the biggest things, bro. Like you got to sell yourself.
Yes.
Regardless, you can rap the best. That's what I tell guys too. The new guys coming in and shit like that. They're like, man, but my bars are crazy. I'm like, but you didn't project, you didn't perform them hoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got beat because you didn't fucking do the things necessary on the stage to make them magical words fucking pop off the paper, basically.
Yeah, and
it's a lot of selling it, bro. It's a lot of selling it.
To me, like, you're absolutely right about them not selling themselves and and of course the projection and performance and not putting their absolute all into their material. I wholeheartedly believe that 100%. But I also think it's kind of an ego thing, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like some guys may feel like, oh, they want me to promote. Yeah, I'm too good to promote, or I'm a big name. I should just my name should just promote itself. Like that, I don't think that's how it works. You could be loaded. It could be Loaded Lux versus Aver, but I guarantee
it's not how it works, bro. Look at somebody like YK, bro. Young Cannon fucking promotes every fucking battle that comes out, bro. Like,
everyone.
Once it drops, he's in every fucking group, bro, going ham with the promotion. Like, you don't see names of his caliber, bro, going out their way to fucking make sure that they promote their battle to get it viewed. You don't see that shit, no matter who they're going against.
And that's sad, bro.
And that's what they got to do.
And it's sad because a guy like Young Cannon should be at the top, at the upper echelon. Of course he's a big name, and I don't think any promoter ever said, yo, man, I'm never booking Young Cannon again because he doesn't, do what he's supposed. No, I don't think any promoters ever said that, because it doesn't matter big name or small name. Young Cannon's gonna come 3 rounds prepared for you, just like Danny Myers. That's why I loved their battle when they battled in L.A. I like guys like Danny Myers. I like guys like Young Cannon. I like guys like
Oh yeah, I was on stage for that one. That shit was wild, bro.
Dude, I bet it looked wild. It looked wild, man. It looked that. If we could talk about that for just a second.
It was hot as fuck in that room.
I bet it looked like it was, man. Like Young, like
I was almost about to pass out, man.
Man, listen, when I watched that battle, I remember. I think either I came home from something. And I turned on my computer, and it said that I got a little notification that said Danny Myers versus Young Cannon on the URL rap battle dropped, and I was like, Danny Myers versus, when was this? What? Like I didn't even know it was even. I forgot the even card was even happening on you, especially for URL. I was like, what? Like, what? I missed this. So I watched it, and I was like, dude, this battle was ridiculous. Like Danny's Danny's different, man. Danny's different. Like he's like, I could talk about, like, because I was watching him versus Pat Stay last night, and I was shout out to Avocado and Ilmac and the source that was on the watch last night for Ruin Your Day. Shout out to all of them. I was watching, basically watching the watch, while they were, because Ilmac and Thesaurus and I think Chase Moore and Avocado were all watching Pat Stay versus Danny, and to see the reactions that Danny was getting, like, against Pat Stay, and specifically from Ilmac and Thesaurus, was crazy, because I know, like, Danny's one of the best pins to ever do this. Like, I confidently say that. And you know what I'm saying, if anybody respects a pin, it's me, because one of my favorite battle rappers of all time is one of the best pins is Chilla Jones. And, I don't know if you've ever seen him versus Danny, Chilla Jones versus Danny Myers.
Yeah.
That's one of the best written battles I've ever heard. Like, what I mean by that is that like those 3 rounds from each of those were just well crafted. So, and then of course I did my research on King Corleone, and I think we're gonna be in for a treat. I think we're gonna be in for a real treat. Like, this one's gonna be this is gonna be one of. There's 2 things that could happen. This could be a classic, or it could be a star-making performance. It could do, and it actually could do both, because this could raise the stock of King Corleone like through the roof, and this could also just keep making Danny's legacy even better. Because he gives guys shots. And that's why I fuck with Danny about, you know what I'm saying? Like, he gives a fuck about the culture, you know what I'm saying? He really does.
Let me see what's the best interest for Danny, you know what I'm saying? He's looking out for the entire culture, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I tell him too, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be careful with that shit. You know what I mean?
You can't take too many battles.
I could have a long time ago booked him, you know what I'm saying, to do this shit, but I also know, like, it took some time to develop my talent to be top notch. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
To be able to even think about standing in front of Danny. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he's one of the people that push the culture forward, bro, and really gives a fuck about it.
And that's why I admire Danny, because he really wants battle rap to be amazing. Same thing, and I think the same thing, I could say about you, is that you just want this culture to be awesome, and you want this culture to be, one of the best things about hip hop. And I think if we have guys like you, guys like Danny, guys like Loso, guys like Young Grizz, who just really just love this culture. And, just want to keep pushing it forward, and we'll be fine. We'll be great. And I cannot wait. Man, I can't wait for Shocktober, man. I wish it was this weekend, to be honest with you, bro. I really am.
I've been wishing it was here for like a month already.
Man, listen.
I've been planning this shit the fuck out.
And I respect that, because it's like, I'm excited because, you know what I'm saying, not only is this, I don't got to travel super long to go to a battle event, but it's also a fire card, or I'm going to be able to really get to know and be exposed to these MCs that I haven't, necessarily been able to get exposed to. And it will be...
Let's not sleep on day one, too, the 19th, man. I got some crazy homegrown talent, you know what I'm saying? Like Nike versus Fool. Nike from Chicago, Fool's from Louisiana. Syntex versus Graffiti. Syntex is from Dallas, and Graffiti's from New Orleans. Rob versus Chronic. Rob is from Arkansas. Chronic is from Arlington. Dre versus Shotwell. Shotwell's from Irving. Dre is from Beaumont. Let's see. I can't announce.
Shout out to all my people in Beaumont.
Secret battles.
Oh, whoa! Wait a minute. You got secret battles, homie?
Yeah, you heard.
Oh man.
Pop up little battles, man.
Is this day one, or is this gonna happen on both days?
Yeah, this is day one.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. And then we got Pack versus Audio, you know what I'm saying, headlining the card.
Okay.
With Lowe versus, it changed, but Lowe versus Scotty Maserati.
Okay.
Which is Lowe's from Arlington, but Scotty Maserati, he's from Orlando. He's like a OG in the fucking grind time scene. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Okay, that's a big deal as well, man. I salute to you for putting in all this work, man. Real talk, because I see that you just want to make this culture fantastic. Before before we go, I want to talk mainstream rap. Just for a couple minutes, because this is the part of my channel that and a part of my brand that I really want to be always known for. Who are some of your of course I expect some names out of this, but if you had to tell me your top 5 favorite rappers of all time, mainstream side, on beats, who would they be if you could?
Like alive?
Dead or alive?
It's gonna be odd, bro, because I listen to a wide variety of shit. But shit. I mean, you already know, bro. Of course, you got your Tupacs and Jay-Z's and all them shit. So like, I'll leave them out.
Okay.
Of this whole thing.
Okay.
But basically, probably like Nipsey Hussle.
Love Victory Lap.
Yeah, for sure. Like, probably greatest album of the year, in my opinion.
I agree.
King Lowe, Jay-Z.
Lowe's is ridiculous.
T.I., Jeezy, shit like that, bro.
And
I got a wide variety, so I like the fucking 6ix9ines and the fucking Casanovas and what I'm saying, shit like that, like, cause I do music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know club hits, I know lyrical hits, shit like that. So
you just kind of appreciate
something out there for everybody.
Yeah. And to me, I mean, personally, like, I'm more of a lyrical person. So right off the bat, and everybody who's listening to right now knows exactly my top 5. So y'all know the list. But for me personally, just favorites. And just like you, I'm taking Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z out of this. It just goes like this: Joey Badass, number 1. J. Cole, number 2.
I can't fuck with J. Cole, man.
Wow, whoa. What you mean? Like, what do you mean?
I don't know, bro. I never liked J. Cole. I mean, the shit that he says when he's rapping is cool, but it kind of feels like I don't know. It kind of feels like the same shit all the time, like a zero. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't switch it up enough for me, and it's kind of monotone. Like, I don't like the sound of his voice, shit like that.
Okay.
But
Teach his own.
Take nothing from him. You know what I'm saying? He's dope, but I don't rock with it. But go ahead.
To each his own. So it goes Joey Badass, J. Cole, Mac Miller, rest in peace. We lost him, and Dom Kennedy. And everybody tells me I look like this dude all the time, but I really actually love his music, but Logic. So,
Logic.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, I'm a lyrical person. Like, I mean, of course, I'm not a huge fan of the 6ix9ines. I like Casanova. I do like Casanova, but I'm just not a fan of 6ix9ine. Partly because of his, what he does outside of the music, where he just kind of just trolls and says wild stuff. But I
mean, to each his own, bro. Everybody has their way to sell themselves. The same thing that we were talking about,
Yes.
Marketing, promotion. It's not. I'm not condoning it, saying it's the right way to do shit, but obviously it has people's attention.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And if you could be that kind of guy that just doesn't give a fuck about what people think about you, then that's cool. But, you got to figure out your little niche, your little market, and run with it.
What is, to me, when I think of hip hop, and when I think of just specifically lyricism, you brought up King Lowe. Lowe is ridiculous, man. I mean, we all just saw him battle Head Ice. And that one was different because he was supposed to battle Daylight. I didn't want to see him versus Daylight, to be completely honest with you. I wouldn't have think that.
Really? I thought it would be a fucking fire battle, man.
I would think it would be a fire battle, but it would just I don't know about the material for me. The material that would be said from both of them would be interesting. Why? But him versus Head Ice was different. Like that was definitely a style clash to me.
Right. Right.
And when I
think it made him look better. I think it was a better battle for him because I think Daylight does what he was going to do, but better than what he was going to do it at. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
It kind of like the way Head Ice is more direct and like gangster type shit. You know what I'm saying? It was a good little style clash, and it made him look better on stage.
Yes, absolutely. And it was crazy that RBE, basically made history of booking the King of the Dot champion on a different league when, it's usually against that they kind of went against tradition because I don't think any champion has battled, any other league, like that. So that was kind of really interesting. It was really interesting. And Head Ice to me has one of the most unique styles and one of the most unique resumes because he's battled Nims and King Lowe in the same year, which is crazy to me.
For sure.
So,
that's it. I was there for the who did he battle? Big K. I was at
you was at Mass.
Mass 2, I believe it was.
Yeah, that was actually that's my favorite massacre. That's actually my favorite King of the Dot card. Man, how was that? Talk to me about that. Like, how was the energy in that building, man? Was it as crazy as it looked on cam?
Oh man, yeah, definitely. That Bangs fucking battle DNA and they were booing him and shit. Like, it was crazy, bro. Like, the people were there to hear some fucking shit, bro. Like, they were ready. That crowd was amazing. Shout to Poison Pen. Poison Pen brought me out and shit, and it was a good ass event.
I mean, you do got some Team Homie guys on the card too, so you know what I'm saying. That's
I'm honorary Team Homie. They ain't said that shit, but I fuck with so many of them niggas.
Nice, man.
I made myself.
Nice, man. Shout out to Team Homie. Shout out to Swave.
Shout out to Team Homie. Yeah.
They're I like what they do over there. I really.
Swave still owes me a Hennessy. Swave owes me a Hennessy for that battle because I said I was betting on Big K.
Really?
Yeah.
Big K got.
I feel like Big K won that battle, man.
Yeah. I think that's actually one of Head Ice's toughest opponents. To me,
yeah, for sure.
Personally, because, and more about that specifically. Like, what was it like to witness Hallo to Dawn versus Pat Stay?
That shit was crazy, bro. Because I was right behind Hallo, and it was me and Danny was standing like on the ground behind Hallo. It was wild, bro. To be that close and the intensity of it, and it was fucking. The energy was wild, bro. Good shit.
It seems like the mass crowds are always the best ones to me. Like I don't know what it is about them, especially in Boston, which I don't think Boston's like a really big market for battle rap, but like just when those specific, like every time I hear, KOTD's coming with Massacre, what was it? I think next one's gonna be like Massacre 5 or something like that. I always get excited because it's like because not only do I watch the battles for the bars and everything, I also just watch and see how the crowd reacts to certain things, just to see what kind of crowd it is. Yeah. Like when I was in Houston for Gnome, like the Houston was ready to hear some bars. They was ready to be not only entertained, but they're also ready to hear some shit. Like I remember Twerk versus Suge being like the most energy. Like I almost felt the room shake. Like while that battle was going on. Like it's like just the aggressiveness. I think that comes along with Twerk, to be honest, bro, because who did he battle? JC, I believe it was, in the fucking Smack Volume. Smack Volume 1, yes.
Smack Volume 1?
Yeah.
And he fucking, bro, the energy off of that dude, like, I was a fan before, and then after witnessing that shit, bro, I was like, I'm fucking sold. is a fucking star, bro. Straight up.
I would love.
If he could stay consistent, bro, probably take less battles, and you know what I'm saying, make the battles that he does take meaningful. Like twerk, like they give him a lot of shit, bro. Like saying that he stole bars and all this, that, and the other shit. But you know, I don't know how true that is, bro. Because Norbs told me that that dude like can write the day of and perform that shit like it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's
like a DNA quality. It's like the quality of DNA.
If he could focus, and you know what I'm saying, really stay focused on battle rap, bro, I think, yeah, he has the quality to be one of the legends of the new school. You know
yes. But what that atmosphere, man, like there's a difference between, you know, watching a battle. Of course, it's a huge difference. It's an obvious difference. But watching a battle on screen and watching it on pay-per-view and being in the building, it's like the feel of it is so it's completely different. I remember I was actually doing a little promotion. You ain't gotta slide me nothing. I was doing a little promotion for the event. I was at work, and I was because I was at I went to a place where we pick up, because I work for a repair parts distributor. So I went to one of the places I go pick up purchase orders, and one of the guys that works there I'm really good friends with, and I was telling him about it, and I said, man, he said he had never been to a battle event before, so he asked me, he's like, so is it like a rap concert? I'm like, no, it is a completely different energy. It's a complete different energy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
I got a sick fucking twisted like love for that shit. Like inviting new people, bro, and making new battle rap fans. Like I got a fucking weird obsession with that shit.
And
you know what I'm saying? No creepo shit. But
but no, I get you. As a promoter, as you should.
Like,
as a promoter, you should. Like that's. I told him, and he's like, man, he's like, where is it? He's like, Profit Bar, and he said, okay. He's like, I'll let you know if I pop out. And I was like, man, listen. He's like, just pop out, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. Like I can't really explain it. Like I can't really explain to compare it. I can't compare it to really anything, because it's like you're sitting, you're in a venue, you're in a huge venue where like people like perform like concerts and stuff, but you're also way more attentive. You know what I'm saying? You could be at a concert just dancing around, you know what I'm saying? I mean, not care what song it is, but there's no beat. Right. You got to listen to what they are saying. So it's like you really can't compare it to anything. It's an amazing experience that I hope everybody gets to experience.
If I had to compare it to something, it would be the NBA Finals on the floor, or like a UFC or boxing match, like close to the ring.
Yes.
Like you have to pay attention to every single thing, because if you don't, then you're gonna miss it, and it's just that hype that it keeps your attention. You know what I'm saying?
It's an amazing feeling. Yeah. It's an amazing
it's
feeling.
Hard to explain.
It really is, but you just have to feel it. Let's just chalk it up to that. You just have to feel it. Like you can't speak into it into words. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, Osama, I appreciate you being on the show, man. I really love this I really love the conversation, man. Live from the block. Oh, of course, man. Of course. Live from the block, Shocktober 5 and Shocktober 4.5 the day before, October 19th and 20th. Are they both at the Profit Bar?
No. One is at DFW Studios.
Okay.
That's the day one, and then the day two is at the Profit Bar in Deep Ellum.
So
yeah, man. Y'all check out on Eventbrite. You know what I'm saying? Just search up Shocktober 5. You know what I'm saying? Get your tickets, man. They almost gone. So
go get your tickets, man. It's an experience that I hope everybody gets a chance to experience, because it's something that you can't explain, like we were just talking about. You just have to feel the energy. 10 battles on the card. Quick rundown. Danny Myers versus King Corleone. We got Trebo versus Ryu. We got jumping around here, Sean Gada versus Lotta Zay, Skeets versus Jay Murda, Tyler Reed versus Iceman. I know I'm missing a lot, but I mean,
Fellow versus Young Grizz.
Fellow versus Young Grizz.
Eliza versus Red Bangs Don't Bang. OG Percy versus Strick. And D-Lo versus Crazy George.
Yep. Man, what a night it's gonna be.
Man, y'all pop out, man, and come fuck around, you know what I'm saying?
I will be on stage for these.
Come in the building off of this shit, man, come holler at me.
Yeah, man. I will be on stage for all of these. I will be up close and personal with just watching these battles because Loaded Luck's voice, I need to hear all of this. I need to hear every single word.
Listen, if you check this shit out, man, and you're interested and you can't make it, you know, I want you to come, you know what I'm saying, but be on the lookout for flights, you know what I'm saying, recap and shit like that. I'm interested to see what you got to say.
Oh, there will be a recap.
Subscribe to the channel, man. Make sure that y'all put y'all notification bell on and shit like that.
Yes, sir. And subscribe to Live from the Block. Subscribe to Live from the Block. I will put the channel in the description. I will put follow my man Osama the Great on all social media, on everything, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you got. You know what I'm saying? Just pop out, man. It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a great time. If you want to have a great time and enjoy some drinks and enjoy some crazy battles, definitely come out to Shocktober 5 and Shocktober 4.5. Profit Bar on the 20th and DFW Studios on the 19th. And if you come to the 19th, there's gonna be some secret battles. You never know what this dude's got loaded right now. I might pop out on the 19th just because. I might pop out. I might see if I could get off early at work.
Smoke friendly, you know what I'm saying? Small rooms. So yeah, y'all come and vibe out, man. It's gonna be a movie. Man, Osama, I really appreciate you being on the show, man. No doubt, man. I appreciate you.
All right, man. Y'all know the slogan. One love.